Hi, good afternoon, guys. Hi, hope you're all keeping well. I'm back for another video. Yeah, this video is all new finds or certainly recently released records, or yeah, one or two of them are pretty new in terms of the fact that they've just come out. But so I'll show them. Not too many. I think there's six. I've got four vinyl records and a couple of CDs as well. So I'll start with the CDs first because they're generally not everybody's favourite, aren't they? So yeah. So the first one is one that came out 2021. So I think during the lockdown. This is the Weather Station. This is their album Ignorance. So yeah, Weather Station I hadn't heard of, wasn't aware of until I went to the Moseley Fair in 2022 and saw them perform. They're a Canadian band headed by I think her name's Tamara Lindstrom, or Lind. Is that right? Yeah, her name is Tamara. Anyway, she's the lead singer. Yeah, they're kind of sort of slightly jazzy pop, very laid back. She's got a wonderful vocal. I love the atmosphere that they produce. It's kind of, some of the songs sound quite similar, but again, it's not always about the songs. It's sometimes about the atmosphere that these records create that really attracts me. And when I saw them live, apart from the fact that she's very easy on the eyes, she just sung beautifully. And was quite kind of engaging, captivating to watch. So yeah, I've since got a couple of albums. I think they've been together since the sort of about 2013, 2014, I think. So they've done probably half a dozen or more albums, slowly picking them up. As I say, this is the second one I've got now. Yeah, really nice listen. So that's Weather Station and Ignorance. Okay, this one is a brand new release that I wasn't actually aware of, but courtesy of the folk Facebook group, I spied it. This is a latest deluxe CD release of Anne Briggs' debut. That was released on Topic, I think, in 1970. This is a wonderful record. I bought her second album several years ago, and I remember when I first heard this. I think it was at Ben's, and he played it, or he put it on a list. It wasn't an original, because originals are rare and stupidly expensive. It was a reissue that had been released. And again, it's always the way. Sometimes you're not in the right mood, you're not in the zone, and I just didn't get it at all. So yeah, years later, I played it again, and I was really annoyed that there wasn't an album, a vinyl release available of it. But this has just recently been released. So this is, I don't think there's any bonus tracks, it's just the 10-track original album, but there is a 24-page booklet in there which tells you a bit of the backstory of her and Topic, and the fact that she was kind of taken in by friends, members of the kind of folk community that sort of looked after her and fed her and so on, when she was kind of struggling. And she obviously acknowledges that here. Again, another artist that hasn't been terribly prolific over the years, spent a lot of years in the wilderness, kind of not performing, sort of disappearing. But yeah, what a wonderful progressive folk album this is. Just beautiful, simple arrangements, just herself and the guitar. Generally, you got some classics on here. Blackwater Side, of course, Bert Jansch did. In fact, he does a few of his. Go Your Way, The Cuckoo, which Pentangle did, as well as Willie O'Winsbury. The version that she does of that is just stunning. I think that's the best version I've ever heard of that. Rain of Dines, wonderful. There's not a bad moment on it. Wonderful, wonderful album. Glad to finally get a copy of that in the collection. Okay, and then for vinyl to buy, kind of obvious one here, I guess. This is a reissue, the recent reissue of Buckingham Nicks, which is basically, I think, pretty much a carbon copy of the original, albeit that the original was on Polydor. This is on Rhino. I think there was an option of a yellow or blue one, baby blue, so I went for the blue version. Again, I'm not really bothered about coloured vinyl, but sometimes I think that the pressings aren't great and they don't sound up to snuff, but yeah, it sounds really decent, so it's nice and quiet. And generally, I'm finding that a lot of modern pressings are they're improving, they're getting better. A few years ago, it was really hit and miss, and it may well be the case now. I've just been maybe lucky. Certainly the last dozen or so reissues or new issues I've bought on vinyl have been really, really good. So yeah, I mean, obviously not a lot to say about this. Everybody knows this. Waited for 45 plus years, 50 years, whatever, for it to be reissued again. So this is their only collaboration. Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham, famously Mick Fleetwood heard it just after, not long after it was recorded, decided to get them and invite them into the band. Well, certainly Lindsey was, but I think he said that they basically come as a package. So that was it, and then the rest, of course, is legendary, isn't it? With Fleetwood Mac from sort of mid-70s onwards. So yeah, great album. I love all the tracks on it, really, but particularly I think Races I Run, Long Distance Winner, and the instrumental, the little instrumental he plays, I think the second track, I can't remember what it's called now, is really nice as well. So, but yeah, great album, and sounds decent as well. That's Buckingham Nicks. Okay, another relatively new release. I think this came out back end of last year. So this is Ana Frango Electrico. So yeah, I bought their debut from 2018 earlier this year. Brazilian artists. She's the main. She's the singer, Anna, and yeah, I think they've been nominated for awards in their native country. Really great. Sort of modern twist on kind of samba, Brazilian sounds, bit of Tropicalia in there. This one's a little bit more poppy than the first album that I heard, the debut, but it's got some fantastic moments. Definitely during the summer, I was really, really enjoying this. Just that kind of music just suits the warm weather just perfectly, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's Ana Frango Electrico, and I'm going to try and read the title of the album, but it's all in Portuguese, and my Portuguese isn't up to snuff. So I think it's Mi chama de gato que u sua. Probably absolutely murdered that. So, and I have no idea what it means. I've not Google translated it or anything, but yeah, but nice sounding album. Glad to get that into the collection. Okay, and then this one, this is literally came out only about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So this is Nick Harper's latest. This is 58 Forditch Road. And the title alludes to the family, Harper family home from North London in the mid-60s. Roy and his wife Mocky lived there, partnered between 65 and 1970. Obviously Nick was born in 65. And this is kind of like a homage to all the kind of folk luminaries that kind of dropped in and to say hello and play and jam with Roy. And obviously being his 60th birthday, 60th anniversary, Nick thought it'd be a good time to celebrate that. Obviously Nick absorbed all these influences. I mean, how fantastic would that be, just growing up as a little boy, and not that he was probably really aware of it that much at the time, but kind of like, you know, just by osmosis, I guess, just like you know, taking in all that influence and that musical wonderfulness, and he's certainly you know, that's coming out on this album with the covers. So there's a sort of song from each one of those major artists from that period. So you've got Angie, which of course was David Graham, Blackwater Side, Bert Jansch, obviously made popular, Earl of Salisbury, Scarborough Fair, of course, Martin Carthy, and then of course Paul Simon famously, blues, Run the Game, which was Jackson C. Frank song, magnificent song, who was actually a really good friend of Roy's. Roy befriended him, and Nick does actually a version of Roy's homage to him called My Friend. Lovely song. And then absolutely brilliant version of Who Knows Where the Time Goes, Sandy Denny's song, just wonderful. It's probably the highlight for me on here, and then ends up with Strolling Down the Highway. So it's all recorded live, I think at the Edinburgh Festival last year. It's a label, and also comes with a inner, some nice photos of Roy and Nick on stage when he's younger, and also pictures there of John Remble and Bert Jansch, got Davy Graham, Jackson C. Frank, Roy, and of course, and Sandy there. Wonderful. Quite a short album, but definitely quality over quantity. And if you get a chance to see Nick, he's actually touring at the moment. So I just recently saw him with Roy at Symphony Hall. He's well worth seeing. He's a fabulous guitarist and great interpreter, as well as writing his own songs. Great interpreter of this sort of classic period of 60s folk as well. So that's Nick Harper and 58 Forditch Road. Okay, and then to finish, an album I didn't really need, but it was these reissues are always great. I do have a half decent original pressing of this album, but I couldn't resist it. So this is Hawkwind Hall of the Mountain Grill. Sorry about the glare, it's still got the shrink wrap on it. Yeah, Dale Gatefold 33 would not be impressed, would he, for that? I know it's one of his pet peeves. So yeah, this is it's a fabulous Hawkwind album, top 3 or 4 of their albums from '74. This is a reissue on Cherry Red, and they just always do great reissues. I think I've got Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Si Do, and was it also was Warrior on the Edge of Time, I think. I know that was Stephen Wilson remix, wasn't it? I'm not sure whether that was on Cherry Red, but they're all really, they sound great. As great as sounding as you can get as kind of early 70s Hawkwind, I guess. I think this was probably a bit of a step up in terms of their production values. So yeah, but great songs. Psychedelic Warlords, of course. Winter Change, Z Rider, Web Weaver. Wonderful You Better Believe It, which is live. Atmospheric title track. Wonderful Lost Johnny, of course. Lemmy on vocals there. Yeah, this is a fabulous record. And then it comes with a bonus 45 RPM mini album, or 12-inch. It's obviously a reproduction of the inner sleeve there. The name alluding to a cafe that they used to visit in North London, I think. So this is Hawkwind, You Better Believe It, and Paradox. Yeah. So that's nice to have that as a bonus. So that's it, guys. Yeah, hope you've all had a great weekend, and hopefully be back with another video soon. All right, take care. Cheers, all the best. Bye bye.